obviously, year two, coming in, obviously probably feel a lot more comfortable this year. Probably had a lot more jitters going into the season last year as a true freshman. But how you feel?
I feel good. During the fall a little bit, I was hurt for a little bit and then trying to get my way back in. Didn't have the numbers I wanted to at all. And then here recently, I'm kind of getting back into things. And my last outing was 10 times better than what it was the previous outing. So I'm starting to figure some things out and getting back really healthy again and finding some chemistry with the new catchers.
You pitched in some big games, especially down the stretch last year. How much did that do for your confidence just to be on the mound in those big moments?
It was huge, man. It was. I think my first win last year was against Ole Miss in the Governor's Cup, and if you remember, I threw, I think 30-something pitches in the first inning without giving up a run. It kind of made me realize, like, you ain't got to be perfect, and that's what the big thing that I always thought I had to be at this level is you got to be perfect, you got to be dominant, but you do have to be dominant, but you don't have to sit there and beat yourself up over things that you can't control. So after that game and then pitching at A&M for my first SEC start, it kind of built some confidence within me and made me realize that I was good enough to play here.
Yeah, what do you feel like your role is going to be on this team this year? I mean, obviously you've got a lot more options this year than what you had a year ago. Where do you think you fit in this team?
Honestly, it's really hard to say as early as it is. I mean, season hasn't started yet, but it's right around the corner. I see myself as a big role. I could be in the weekend rotation. I could be in early, late, or closing role. I mean, it just depends on what guys step up in certain areas of the game.
Last year we saw you primarily on the mound. Is there any chance that we might see you in the field a little bit more this year?
I hope so, but I doubt it, to be honest with you.
Gotcha. How does it feel to mostly have a full staff available to you this year? I know it's pretty depleted, especially by towards the end of last year.
It's comforting knowing that you don't have to have Riley Self go out there and throw 3 days in a row, or Spencer Price throw 3 days in a row in a closing job, or you don't have to have the same relief guy throw 3 innings on a Friday and then throw 3 innings on a Sunday. So it's a big thing. It's a big confidence booster knowing that you have other guys that are going to be able to step up.
I know it won't be completed this year, but just how awesome is this stadium going to be once they get finished with it?
It's going to be unreal. We're out there practicing on the field, and you kind of look up and see yourself. You feel like an ant in that thing, man. It's I can't wait for visitors to come in and kind of have the fans get after them because it's going to be a great place to play.
You made it to a super regional last year. What's the ceiling for this year's team?
All of it. We don't have anything less than Omaha. We want to get there. We want to win it. So that's basically the big goal, the ultimate goal that we see ourselves achieving every year. We just got to make sure it happens.